Hey guys, how's it going? DUJ2 here, and welcome back to Fortnite Save the World, and welcome to this week's must-have video. Now, this video is going to be a little different than most must-haves. Usually we focus on a hero, or we focus on something, in the llama shop or something. Man, good stuff there. We focus, on a different hero, a different weapon, or something like that. But today it's going to be a little different. Today, we're going to focus on something that I feel, and a lot of people feel, is a must-have in the game, something that really needs to change, and that is ventures. So we're going to talk about this, guys. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of information of a ventures feedback thing going on right now, and definitely I want to try and convey this with as much maturity as possible so that we kind of stay on focus. And also, yes, at the end of this video, or the second half of this video, it's going to be a bit of it might turn into a bit of a rant, but I want you to guys understand, I do really feel very passionate about this, and I feel that ventures is something that, just like the rest of the game, could have been wonderful, could have been amazing, could have been incredible. It's got some really solid things to it, but it just falls short in a lot of different other areas. So let's jump into this, guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Thank you for supporting, guys. Thank you for using my creator code. All of you using my creator code. You guys are fantastic. Thank you. Thank you very much, guys. It really does help me out so very much. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, everyone coming to the streams. A lot of you guys know the streams are changing. I'm going to be putting out a video very soon on my channel that is going to be my new channel trailer, like what you guys are going to see whenever you come to the channel. And I'm going to be explaining in there a lot of what I'm changing. Big changes are coming to my channel in the sense of what content I deliver and when. Don't worry, there's still going to be plenty of Save the World content. Practically a Save the World day every single day, because there's still so much to talk about in this game. But you guys are going to see a lot of different content too in the channel, and I'm really excited for that. And if you come to the streams, you may have already noticed that we are streaming much longer now, and a lot of different things. It's really cool. Anyway, so let's jump into this, guys. Let's start right here. We're going to start by talking about this right here. Okay, so this is on Reddit. Of course, there'll be a link down below. This was released 6 days ago, and it says Adventure Season 2 Feedback Megathread. Hi Commanders, the second Venture season is over halfway complete, so we want to take this time to gather your feedback. While we know there are some rather prominent bugs this season, making some things less than appealing, please try to keep your feedback about Ventures itself and not the aforementioned bugs. Please keep this thread strictly to giving feedback about Ventures. If you happen to see a comment that does not seem to relate to Ventures, report it. Thank you. So you can actually go through here and you can read all about it. You can read all the comments that people have put and said. We're not going to go through that. We're not going to go through that. But if you guys have any feedback that you would like to deliver about Ventures, please do so. I am thinking of actually writing kind of what I'm going to be saying in this video. You know what? I might even actually post this video as a comment to what I feel should be changed in Ventures, or what I feel the feedback I want to give about Ventures. And I want to start with, I have to, they said not to talk about the bugs, but there is a bug that affects Ventures as well, which is the perk bug. And I have to say this. I have to say this, guys. The perk bug practically broke the game, because we don't know when it works and when it doesn't work. Your weapon might seem perfectly fine, but if the perks aren't working, if your hero perks aren't working, you're going to be doing way less than damage than you can, and you might fail a mission. You'd be like, why did I fail that mission? That should have been easily done. So that if it happened 100% of the time, the perk bug, it would be a game breaking bug. And it's horrible. It's horrible. And it has come to affect Ventures as well, because within Ventures, you don't know. Ventures is quite tough. Ventures is quite difficult. As you guys can see, I really need to step it up and play a lot more Ventures. I need to try and get at least one Ventures level a day from now on until the end of the season, which is November 20th. So to be able to finish it. And that is my first criticism about Ventures. My first criticism about Ventures is the fact that you have to do it. If you want the rewards, if you want all the rewards within Ventures, you have to do it. If you want to stay ahead of the game, if you want to be max level in the game, if you want to be if you want to have the best of the best of the best with honors, sir, you have to do Ventures. And Ventures is not fun. It's not fun at all. It has some fantastic ideas and concepts, same ones that we said in the first one, same things that I said about Venture Season 1, and that is, it is putting everyone on a level playing field. Yes, it is geared towards more of the veteran player, because that's what Ventures is geared at. And why is that geared to veteran players? Because Ventures highly depends on having a lot or not all of the heroes, because the only thing that you can take into Ventures is your heroes loadouts. You guys know that. That's the only thing we can take into Ventures. The only thing we can take into Ventures are our hero loadouts, not our schematics, nothing, anything else like that. Of course, our traps, you know, we can make our traps. But the hero loadouts is where it's at, especially in a season like this one where we have the short range. Having the Immortal Paleluna setup is fantastic. It will give you so much more. And I just realized you guys didn't see any of that. Excuse me. All right, you guys didn't see any of that, so all I showed you guys was, you know, you need the heroes, and then I showed you guys the Ventures, and there we go. I'm sorry about that. All right, let's put this back up again. So what you need in Ventures, let me take it down for now. What you need in Ventures is heroes. You need the heroes. So of course that means that Ventures is geared towards the veteran player, players who have more heroes. A brand new player is not going to be able to make the Paleluna, Immortal Paleluna setup. They're just not going to have the capacity to go ahead and immediately get all these heroes and blast from the past and everything. You just can't. There's no way. There's not even a way of buying everything right now in the game, which they could also do that. But the best setup is Paleluna. It's absolutely the best setup. Or if you want to get a little, you know, if Paleluna gets boring, which we're going to talk about the boring factor in a second, you could try out the Director Rig setup, you know. There's a lot of different setups that you can come up with and try. I released a video about that at the beginning of the season, and actually I'm planning to do that every single Venture season. At the beginning of the Venture season, I'm going to release a big video talking about, in my opinion, the best setups and the best traps and the best, you know, the best tips and tricks, you know, for that. And also something I forgot about, I'm sure you guys saw it in the title of this video, or maybe in the description, my one big tip for Ventures, which I'm going to give you guys at the end of the video. That's going to be at the end of the video. But anyway, so it's very much geared towards the veteran player. That's what Ventures is. And in that sense, it's a wonderful thing because, again, the concept of it is really great because you get dropped into an area where everyone starts at level 1. You just start at level 1 and you start grinding your way up to level 50 in the rewards. It gives you a lot of area to explore, but that's pretty much. Sorry. Let's continue with the positives. The positives is brand new area. Everyone starts at level 1. It starts like a fresh new grind. You can only use your hero loadouts, which some people say that we should use our schematics. I think we don't. I like the idea that we don't use schematics. And the other very, 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 very positive thing is that they came to fix one of the big issues that we have had with Save the World proper. And that is trading and dropping items. You can't drop anything in Ventures, which it's wonderful. It's great. In one fell swoop, they completely made Ventures non-tradable. You can't do it. Yes, you still have the problem of trolls coming in and wrecking if you're trying to do with random people. People will come in and break your stuff or sabotage the missions. That stinks. It would be great if in Ventures we had a voting off system where if someone is, carrying their weight or something, you can just vote them off and kick them out, and then maybe someone new can come in. That would be wonderful. That would be great to have. But the fact that you can't drop anything, you can't trade in Ventures, it's amazing. They came to fix a huge problem that we have had. One of the big problems that we've had with Save the World right there. So, really good positive. Okay, that's it for the positives. Let's go to the negatives. And the main negative of Ventures is it's boring. It is boring. It is so boring. Why is it boring? It's boring because it's the same missions and the same stuff that we experience in regular Save the World and Save the World proper. Yeah, we're in a slightly different map, but guess what? It's a map we've seen before. I'll talk in a second about my ideas of how to fix Venture. Sorry, and it's boring and it's a grind. The first Ventures, we talked about that when it first came out, season 1. You could get it done with 40 hours. 40 hours of solid, continuous gameplay. You could finish it. They asked for our advice or our recommendations for season 2, and pretty much the only thing they did was double the time. Now first season it took you 40 to 50 hours, 40 to 60 hours kind of to complete it completely. This season it is going to take you 80 to 100 hours of non-stop playing. Now, when I tell you my tip, yeah, you can do it in about 50 hours now with the one big tip, the one tip that Fortnite doesn't want you to know. There is one tip you can do it, but it's still boring. It's still boring. It doesn't keep the game any funner unless you like playing with your friends. But apart from that, that's the basic reality. Fort Ventures is boring. Same missions, same area, nothing changes. All right, let's wrap it up and let me talk about my suggestions for Ventures, and something I've been talking about ever since the very first season. When we heard that Ventures was going to be in the blasted Badlands, which was the first thing, I thought, this is awesome. The concept of a new area just for Ventures, beautiful. And what I thought about was, if you want to add a little bit lore of this, why not make it so that we go through a portal? Let's go back to the map here. Let's make it so that the Venture Zone is like surrounded by a weird portal. And we could have had a little story with it that for some reason, remember in the future, we have Dennis Jr. and supposedly there's other people from the future. What happens if we are transported to that future? What if Ventures is in that future? Or in another distant future where, well, for lack of a better word, we failed to save the world. And in the missions, you would go in and everything would be rusted and old and falling apart. Imagine going into a city map and the whole city map is just destroyed. Everything is purple and there's like vines, like purple vines and stuff growing up everything. All the buildings are collapsed and broken. Everything is just old and broken, rusted, and I think it'd be great. That could give us a whole new area that could be just for Ventures. The second thing I would do is create missions that are just for Ventures. You know what? You could take these current missions and just adjust them. Rescue survivors. Well, there wouldn't be any survivors left. So maybe you have to find letters that the survivors left. I know that's a little morbid and a little, negative, but it could be something like that. You're finding, or you're rescuing, you're rescuing teddy bears. That'd be great. Destroy the encampments. Maybe they're not encampments anymore. Maybe it's a new thing. Maybe now there's not really encampments anymore, like portals like that. Maybe they're portals in the ground. Maybe you have to do something else like that. There could just be different mission types and different mission styles that could be different. Just a different mission. Missions that are only adventures. 3, 4, 5 different missions that we could just progress through like that. Don't give us the same things we have to do in the other one, because it, on top of already being the same map, it's putting on top of it the same missions we have to do every day. So you're like, what's the point? The third thing I would change about Ventures is how we do things. I would change it so that we don't have to collect all the materials we normally collect. I would keep it so we have to collect wood, metal, and brick just to do things. But then, because we have these vending machines all around, why not do, like, when you complete a mission here, you get the experience. But what if we get coins? What if we get a certain amount of coins for every single mission? Maybe even 1 coin or 2 coins or 3 coins. I don't know. Because we have vending machines. So to get weapons, to get maybe trap packs, to get everything like that, why not? And yeah, I mean, you could probably make your own ammo or maybe even your traps, because that would make it a little more difficult. But it would make it a completely different game mode if we actually had that too. But you get coins and you put them in vending machines, and the vending machines have a bigger variety, bigger things you can do. And what if inside the vending machines you pick a certain weapon and you can actually modify the perks within it? Because sometimes you'll hunt and hunt and hunt and finally find a weapon that you really want, but it's horrible, and you pretty much just end up recycling it because, well, it's horrible. Now, that's not a bad thing, especially if you're playing a lot of ventures, because you can just recycle it and then go look for someone else. But it's also, and this is the other problem with the vending machines that I feel, it just feels like I get offered the same things every single time. We have hundreds of different weapons in this game, and it feels like I just get offered the same ones all the time. I'd like a little variety, especially in this ventures where, you know, being up close and being a shotgun and melee is really, really positive, or it's extra better. Why not have a wider selection of that? And the last thing that I would change, which this is the thing that my recommendation, which honestly I personally don't really even know how to fix this, is the grind. Yes, Save the World is a grindy game. Yes, this has come to add replayability into the game, and I don't think that RNG drops are the way to fix ventures like I think it is the way to fix the old Save the World or the regular Save the World. I've talked about that. RNG drops would be a great way to save to refresh and give the regular Save the World more replayability. But for ventures, I feel like it's a different thing. There should be something else, some different way of adding some more replayability. And yes, because doing the exact same thing for 80 hours is not fun, not even close. And if you think of it from that point of view, who has 80 hours to play? Like 80 continuous hours, okay? We're not talking about, you know, we're not talking about 80 hours, you know, like the casual gameplay. No, this is 80 hours of hardcore gameplay. It'll take you a long time to get this done. You could do one level, which sometimes can take a couple hours, a day, and it'll still take you 50 days to get this done. And not everyone has that time. Not everyone has. People have jobs, people have responsibilities. Not everyone can play this game nonstop like that. So that's a negative right there. But anyway, so in the last one, I really honestly don't know. I wonder if, I think fixing the other things that I said or adding the other things that I said would improve ventures to the point where maybe that would, you know, that would make it not so boring. And the balance of how much time it would take, maybe change it a little bit. Yes, this is, like I said, this is definitely a game mode for people who are veteran players and people who have a lot of time to play. And because of that, I understand why they also put in the weekly rewards, they put the superchargers, so that this way people who, you know, people can also play this, you know, and get superchargers. They won't get the same amount as the ventures, but at least they, you know, they do progress a little bit. So I understand where they came from and all that, but definitely the last thing is definitely the time. 80 hours doing something boring is not fun at all. All right, so that's it, guys. Last thing, like I told you guys, I promised my one tip. Please don't tell anyone. Don't share it anywhere. My one secret, and it's, I'm sorry, I'm cracking up here. The only way, and I don't care who tells you this, there is no other way to get ventures done faster. There's no secret tips and tricks. There's no other way. The only tip, the only way that you can get ventures done faster is if you have people who have already finished ventures, and they will take you into the highest possible 4-man mission, and they help you run it. They can carry you or not, whatever, especially if it's a retrieval data. If you find a level 4-man retrieval data in level 140, the highest one, that is the only way that you are going to get ventures done faster. And that's just running the same mission over and over and over and over and over again. That's the only way, guys. Unfortunately, that's the only way. But there you go. That's my super secret ultra tip, which I say with a giggle and a laugh because you guys know it's not. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Please check out this this thread. this Reddit thread if you haven't yet. Definitely keep it civil, keep it positive as much as possible. If there is feedback that you can give for them to fix ventures or to improve ventures, like I said, I might just post this video. I might post this video with a summary of what I said, the 3 things that I would do. Because definitely ventures it's got a solid base, it's a solid foundation and concept. It's just the execution is very poor, and we all know why. I've been very realistic about this. You guys know that I've said that obviously Fortnite is not focusing on Save the World anymore. The developer team is very small, and I will say this, I highly thank the developers who have worked on Save the World, because they have put so much time and effort. They put years of their lives into this game, and it shows. It shows where the foundation of this game is. And I am very, very thankful for the developers who have worked extremely hard on this game. And it's not their fault. It's not their fault if their bosses or if Fortnite tells them, hey, or Epic Games tells them, hey, go focus on this other game or work on this instead. Or if they just don't have the amount of people, the team, to be able to focus on Save the World. Because the game's awesome. And the game has a lot of potential. But potential without execution is nothing. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. As always, I am TUJ2. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you enjoy what I do on my channel, please do me a huge favor and have yourself a fantastic day. Thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.